Hello, in this video I will show you how to calculate the taxable portion of your Social Security benefit. And then I will show you how to use this simple calculator that I created that will do the calculation for you. So to begin, let's go over how you would do it by hand. So the first thing you have to do is calculate your what's called a provisional income, and the provisional income is actually pretty complicated. This is what's made up of the provisional income. So it's your AGI, and then you would have to add in income you earn from Puerto Rico, income you earn from American Samoa, income that you earned while living abroad. You have to add back in the higher educational expenses, this and that. So for the majority of people, none of these will apply, but a very common one is the tax-exempt interest. So your provisional income is your AGI plus tax-exempt interest plus 1/2 of your Social Security benefit. And then using that provisional income, you need to compare provisional income with IRS set amounts based on your filing status. If your provisional income is greater than 25,000, or let's begin with if it's less than 25,000, none of your Social Security benefit is taxable. But if it's greater than 25 but less than 34, we'll just copy this table here. Move that over. So you compare your provisional income with the IRS set amounts. So if your filing status is single and your provisional income is less than 25,000, 0% of your Social Security is taxable. But if you're single and you make more, or if you're single and your provisional income is greater than 25,000 but less than 34, up to 50% is includable. If your provisional income is greater than 34, then up to 85% is includable. Married filing jointly has a higher amount. So let's move on to step 3. And this step 3 is to calculate based on the tier. So there's the first tier, second tier. So if you fall into tier 1, it's the lesser of A, 50% of your Social Security benefits, or B, 50% of your Social Security benefit times the provisional income that is over the base amount for tier 1. If you fall into tier 2, it's the lesser of A, 85% of Social Security benefit, or B, 85% of the provisional income over the base amount for tier 2 times, so first you need to do what's in parentheses, provisional income that is greater than the base, then you multiply that by 85%, and then you add the smaller of tier 1 amount, which is what you calculated over here, and then there is the what is the amount? let's go back to here. 4,500 and 6,000. So let's go back to there. Or if you're unmarried, it's 4,500. If you're married, filing jointly, that is 6,000. And that is how you would calculate it. Going to our calculator here, let's throw in some example. If you're single and your Social Security benefit is, let's say, 9,600, I am coming up with these amounts from this example here. So let's do that. 9,600, and the AGI is 30,000. The taxable benefit is 5,180. So how this calculator works is, first step is provisional income. It calculates the provisional income, then it compares it with this table here to see if it's tier 1 or tier 2 that we need to do. So tier 1, lesser of 50% of your Social Security benefit, half of this is that, or provisional income that's greater than the base times by 50%. That would be 4,900. So it's the lesser of. But since you fall into tier 2, you're going to have to use this calculation. 85%, it's the lesser of 85% of Social Security benefit. So 85% of this is that, or 85% times provisional income over the base for the second tier. So that would be 34,800 minus 34, which gives you $800, and then you will be multiplying that by 85%. And then you add that to the small of tier 1 or tier 2 amount. So tier 1 is 4,008, and the tier 2 amount is over here, is 4,500. So it's 4,500. And the sum of these two is 5,180. 5,180. So we know that's correct. Well, if you are married, filing jointly, notice how that changed, because now the we're using this row here. So the provisional income is under tier 2, so it uses the tier 1 calculation. And tier 1 calculation is the lesser of 50% of Social Security benefit, which is that, or 50% of the provisional income over the base, is that. 34,800 minus 32, and then you multiply that by 50%, so it's 1,400. So that's how the calculator works.